So we are here tonight with Katie McConnell, who is DIPG Angel Levi McConnell's mom. It is so nice to finally virtually get to meet you. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
So I wanted to have you start off with telling us a little bit about Levi, what your favorite memory is of him, what he liked to do, what his favorite holiday was. Just share with the world about Levi.
Yes. So Levi is my one and only son. Out of the four children that I have, he's my only son, forever 13. He turned 13 back in September 16th, and transitioned 12 days later. Prior to this cancer, he was vibrant. He was vibrant. He was just such a wonderful old soul. He loved to do Legos. He loved to build Legos. Spent hours. I'm actually here in our loft in our home where we actually have his urn behind me, because this is the place he spent hours through his treatment, even building Legos, just sitting here building. Created this space though for his e-learning, and that quickly was kind of thrown out the window. So Legos, he loved to build Legos. He loved his family, his sisters. He was an avid Polynesian dancer. He loved performing with his group here in Colorado Springs. They performed all over the place for nursing homes and private events. He loved learning more and more about his Native Hawaiian culture and all of the other Polynesian cultures. He loved performing and learning and dancing.
He just loved.
He did.
I never got to meet him in person, but the photos that you shared and the videos that you shared of him, you can tell that he just loved, and his smile could light up the room. Yes.
That's usually the first thing people notice. All these people who have never met him, they know his smile.
Oh,
his
absolutely.
Smile is just, what I will say about his smile though is it wasn't for him. He was in a lot of pain with what was going on. So that smile was put on for us. That's how much he loved.
Yes. What a brave fighter.
Yes.
You had. And
thank you.
He was an inspiration and still is an inspiration to so many people. Thank you for sharing that about him with us. Now you are here fundraising in honor of your sweet boy. Can you share with us why it's important to you and your family to continue to fight for the cure?
Because watching your child die, transition from this life to the next, there is just no preparation for that when they tell you that your child is terminal. And as you try to come to terms with your child having a terminal illness, there is no preparation for having to watch your child transition from this life to the next.
Mm-hmm.
His heart would break in his journey when he'd learn about other kids diagnosed with the same thing, because of the pain that he was in, the struggles he was facing. And although he hid a lot of his symptoms from us, the whole right side of his body was numb. For how long, I don't know, because he wasn't telling us. But his heart, you could see it actively break when he learned about other kids with the same diagnosis. We made him promises the night he passed. We promised to love each other, his mommy and daddy. We promised to love each other. We promised to take care of his sisters because he was a worrier, always worried for them. We promised to take care of his dog, Willow, his best friend. And our last promise was we promised to help other kids just like him. We promised that we would help find a cure, because no child deserves what these kids are going through. Every single child deserves to see a full life, and the type of kids that this cancer affects are the type of kids that deserve to grow up and have children of their own if they wanted to, and to live a long and healthy and happy life. So
They
that's what we
absolutely
want to
do.
do. We want to help because we
Well,
promised him we would.
well, thank you for wanting to continue to help. I know that this is very raw and fresh for you right now. And for you to be able to continue to fight for all the other children while you're grieving yourself is so brave and strong of you. And that just shows a little bit about what Levi was like. So thank you very much.
Thank
Well,
you.
before we end this, I do have one more question. Your friends and family and even strangers are watching this right now. What would you like to tell them?
To live like Levi. His nickname was Levi the Conqueror. And I just want everyone to have that kind of mindset, to live like Levi, live like the conqueror he was. That's all we
That
can do right now.
that is great advice. And these children can show all of us how we're supposed to live.
Yes.
Yes, they
Yes.
are. The DIPG children, the children fighting cancer in general, just they just have something about them. Each and every single one of them have something about them that can just show the world how we're supposed to live. And I'm taught every day from Addison. I'm supposed to be her mother who teaches her, and I'm sure you can relate. I've learned so much from her. So
Yes,
yes,
absolutely. And just one last thing from me is our motto has been small wins will lead to larger victories. Every donation is that small win that we can count on to lead us to that larger victory and to get us to that home run cure.
absolutely. Yes. Well, we appreciate you so much for sharing Levi's story and for continuing his legacy by fighting for the cure. Again, I know this wasn't easy, and I thank
Thank you.
you for joining us tonight, showing us your heart, and showing us how important it is to fight for all the children that are fighting right now and who will be battling, so that one day when a child is diagnosed, we can tell them, we've got a plan. Don't worry,
Exactly.
we've got a plan.
Yes.
Yes. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Heidi.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.